Beautiful day in Georgia. This is Brandon here. So today we're going to take the Z06 and make it loud. It's time to delete the cats. So let's see what we got. Went from this company called 2M, which does cat deletes for the Z06, around 400 bucks. These are factory gaskets. You're supposed to need 3 of these. Evidently it uses a different setup than the stock. So 3 of these and then 1 of your donut style gaskets. Those are about 4 bucks a pop, 5 bucks. Actually, I take that back. I want to say these are like 10 or 12. And so all in all, it's like 30 or 40 bucks worth of gaskets, because the ones they come with, you'll see here, kind of crappy. So it comes with this style, but you can see anybody who's used aftermarket or installed headers can kind of tell, like, you know, these right here are not as good. They never are. I've used these before. They always leak. These metal ones, like the factory OEM, are almost always better. So these are crappy. I don't want to use them. And actually, honestly, I probably don't even want to use the hardware with this. So this is the cat deletes. These are the flanges. Decent looking welds on them, like not horrible. It comes with your bolts. It comes with little, basically they're extensions for your O2 sensors. Hopefully not trigger code. We'll see if they do or not. This is the hardware it comes with. So one thing I do want to say, so my experience with 2M so far, and I'll post some of the emails, those guys are dicks. I know there's a lot of vendors out there, but you know, in this world, in modern times, you kind of have to be good to the customer, and they do release a frequently asked questions that you have to sign prior to ordering the product. But that being said, you know, I got a shipping notification. 5 days later, I still hadn't received a product, which is not too big of a deal, you know. But I don't think it's too unreasonable after 5 days with no tracking number of an item they said to ship, because some of these, they require your signature, to ask for a tracking number. So I did so, sent them an email, just said, hey, I just wonder if I can get a tracking number. It's been 5 days. You know, normally stuff comes within 3 or 4 days. And then I just got a reply, and I'll put it up on here. And then somewhere under like the fine print of like the 3rd page of this frequently asked question, it said that USPS, if shipped with that, they will not provide tracking number, even though there was tracking on the box, an actual tracking number, which you can see here. For whatever reason, they did not want to give that. And so anyways, so the reply and just the way that my interactions have been, and these email replies, and I've seen some stuff online too, not been good. So I'm gonna install this cat delete because there's not really anything else in the market right now, but they also sell cheap cats there too, high flow cats, or I think they're around $1,200, so they're like 1/3 of the price of some of the more expensive, like German style. And I'm sure they're all OEM, or not OEM, but Chinese branded and made. But either way, just based on my customer service experience, I won't be buying anything else from them. I'm gonna take this. I almost sent this back after that interaction. But anyways, take it for what you will. So today we're gonna put these on. I've got also, let me show you here, decibel meter that I bought, some cheap on Amazon. I actually stole this idea from one of the forum members. I'll give credit on here to him, because he actually did this, and he did more of a thorough workup, and it was for, I want to say it was for cutouts, I think so. And so anyway, so this is the one I ordered. It's a little different, but basically the microphone's inside this casing, and we're going to do decibel sounds before, and we're going to do decibels after. So I have in the car, outside of car before, and then outside of car after. And so we can just see kind of how loud it is, what the actual difference is, and that maybe there'll be some like objective data instead of all subjective stuff where everybody's like, oh, it's louder, it sounds louder to me. We can kind of prove it. So anyway, so that's where we're going to get started. So next up, we're going to do our baseline decibel checks and see kind of where it is stock, and then we'll get started on the install. And I'm going to put the install on here too, just some tidbits. I may do it separately because not everybody wants to watch that, the install stuff. They just kind of want to see the before and after. So I haven't really decided how we're going to do that yet. So anyway, stay tuned. All right, so we're going to try our initial. This is going to be the high, but it's set up about 10 feet out. I'm trying to do just the same. So let's do cold start. All right, so
107 decibels, roughly what we got here. We'll do it one more time, just kind of make sure this is our maximum. Reset this. 103, second time, 104, so between 104 107. Okay, so we're going to do in the car, stock. This is when we're talking. Decibels. Let's try again. Turn it off. Reset. Decibels. So we got 82, 84, 107, 104 is our stop baseline numbers. That's in the car. All right, so first step, remove the carpet. These are T15s on these corner, and then you just unscrew these pieces, take that off, and then this gives you access to your air intake, which looks like it's probably gonna be a T15. So now, once you get the carpet out, those pieces, the next step's right here. All right, so about 20 of those T15s, then you get this piece off, and that takes like 2 minutes. That's it right there. And then this is the intake, and out here, this is a booger to get off. So I've never taken it off, and I'm assuming these pieces will come off. I'm assuming this comes off, and then I think there's a bunch of connectors. I'm assuming I'll have to take this off and get to the back of it. But so anyway, so now next is going to be getting this off of here. Good thing is we'll get to see what the air filters and all that stuff looks like. But kind of interesting system. But what we're replacing, if you want to see, is the catalytic converter right there. So everything's pretty much can get to from the top. I've heard people take the bumper down 2 different couple ways, and this looks a lot easier, all this hours. I've heard the going from the bottom or trying to do anything else where exhaust has to be removed is you know, an 8 to 12 hour job, whereas this one seems to be about half that. So we'll see. So I'm gonna get this intake off, and then we'll. All right, in case anybody's wondering, so the connectors are the hardest part so far to get off. There's some connectors on the throttle body up here. I loosened the clamps to the throttle body, and then I don't know if you have to take the cover off, but I've taken the cover off just if you want to see the air filter. These things are huge. Like, just the size of the air filter is massive. It comes across through here, and then there's your dual throttle bodies kind of set up. So I've got everything unbolted that I can see, and there's a couple sensors up in here. I don't know if it's air intake, it's SIMPs or what for both sides. But the only thing I can see still connected is down here, and there may be something else that I'm missing, but it's still on there pretty tight, so I've got to investigate like why it's not pulling off yet. But I should be pretty close to getting this off, and once this is off, should have better access to these cats. I'm hoping this piece doesn't have to come off, but I'm not sure yet. So anyway, that's where we're at. If you need to know kind of what we're using, mostly it was 10 millimeters on the corners, and then I think this last one was like an 8. Well, I was using 5/16, so I'm sure it's some metric version, but that worked for me. And then I think Torx, is it 27? Yeah, Torx 27 is the other one for the Torx bits that were kind of at the bottom. So that's kind of where we're at. Stay tuned. Okay, so I figured out what the holdup was. So there's some 2 bolts at the bottom of this intake on the front. You can kind of see way down there where that hose is. There's 2 of them, one on each side. You can't really find them unless you're paying attention to them. So that's what it's holding up on so far. All right, so should have the intake out now. All right, so far the intake's been the biggest pain in the ass. So basically on the back side, you have all of these little push connectors. And it's very hard to get them off the Christmas tree ones without breaking it. So I'm probably gonna have to order some more of those. You can see the intake's now off. That's probably the hardest part. So now I've got direct access to the cats. On both sides, here's the bolts, and on this side. And so hopefully it's downhill from here, but it's not usually how it goes, so we'll see. Okay, so I've got the shields off. There's the heat shields have to come off to the side of it, which aren't too bad. There's like 3 bolts on each one. And now I've just got to get to the flanges. There's a different flange on the passenger side and driver's side. So this one has the regular like tri-cut, and this one has the donut style. So that's why you need 3 of these gaskets. There's 1, 2, 3, and then a donut style for that one. So right now, all I've got to do is get these bolts off. I've got the, also I'll need to get a O2 sensor removal tool, just because the way these sets up, you got to have one that's got an open slide that can slide on. It's got like a notch in it, so I have one but I can't find it, so I'm gonna have to purchase that. So I'm gonna call it quits for the day, and then we'll kind of move on from here. We're getting close. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's been a few days. Gonna get back at it. It's been had work. So where are we at right now? So we've got the intakes off, and we've got a few bolts of the catalytic converters off. These 2 right here, we got to get those in the backside, and then the ones up top. So that's what's going to be our goal for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. We'll see how far we can get. Okay, so all the bolts off, but there's a little bit of flaw in my plan. I thought you could do this all from the up top. I thought I could get to everything, but turns out that's not the case. So these bolts easy to get to. There's just 2 here, 3 here, 1 on the back side, and then up top, the one on the very bottom here, I don't know how to get to from the top. I can't get my hand in there to get a wrench on it and turn it. So it's pretty sure it's got to be done from the bottom. The problem is I'm not all the way on my lift. I wanted to be kind of close to the ground because I knew I was working mostly from the top, and I didn't want to be extended upwards. And so I kind of screwed myself because now the car is immobile and I can't get it up. So I'm gonna figure out a way to jack it up or either get it pushed forward so I can raise it on the lift. So that's kind of where we're at. We're almost done with getting these off. I do think since it's so tight and they're so big, pulling them. All right, to get to the back bolts, universal, 1/2-inch drive. You don't have to have a swivel 1/2-inch, but it helps. I want to thank Z51 John from the forums. He's the one who gave me the idea. That's how he got to it and was able to get to it all from the top. So, all right, about to pull them off. All bolts are loose. Now stay tuned. Okay, so the oxygen sensor tool did not work. These have like a hood to them, and it won't allow your tool to get in there. So I had to go get one from O'Reilly's. So I need this style, and then to slide on. Unfortunately, one from O'Reilly's has a star bit, so I ended up just doing like a pipe wrench, like right here, on it to pop it off. So O2 sensors are out. I'm weighing the 2. So this one with the gasket, which is changed out, you have a regular gasket, so I think it's okay to be included in the weight. 13 pounds. So, we'll see here. Okay, let's see. 13 pounds. All right, and then if you weigh this one, the new one's coming on and off. My scale doesn't go that low. Use a mountain bike scale. So roughly 4 pounds. So 13, so this is 9 pounds. So 18 pounds weight savings between the 2 things, roughly. So, all right, well, I'm gonna start getting them, work on getting them put on. All right, deletes are in. Not too bad so far. I've just got to tighten a few more bolts, as you can see here. The donut gasket size I'm a little worried about. I probably would have put sealer in during this hindsight, just make sure you don't have a leak. I'm not positive this is the orientation of the O2 sensors, but it's the best one I've found to fit so far. So don't duplicate what I did. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We'll just have to see, but I'll hopefully do a follow-up and kind of go from there. But they're in, so now the rest of it should be easy peasy. Just get this intake back on. We'll do a decibel test and see what it sounds like. All right, stay tuned. All right, so I'm done. I got our decibel meter, and we're gonna do the first crank, see where we're getting at here. I think the max was 107 before. It's not a linear thing with decibels. It's not like, you know, 3 more decibels is only 3. It actually goes up quite a bit. So that was very, very loud. I don't know if it translates much in the camera, but you can hear the valves trying to open and close. I'm gonna go see if we got any check engine lights, kind of go from there. I'll do an in-car decibel meter and see. Rev is showing 123 decibels. Good God. That's insane. It's loud. That's probably going to scare people for half a block or more on crank. Alright, let's see what we got here. And I'll go to the inside of the car. Alright, we're in car. I'm going to do the paddles in, rev, and see what it does here. Showing 105 decibels. All right, let's close our valves and let's see here, change our modes. We go to weather mode, that closes the valves. Okay. All right, so in the car, quick rev. That's minimum. Let's go to max. 95 decibels in the car. That's with. Okay, this is with the valves closed. Holy shit, it's loud. All right, so I'm gonna try to get some nighttime running shots. I actually got one of those GoPro Maxes I'm gonna try to put on the back and try to get some running. I think it's probably shooting planes at this point at nighttime, but I won't know, but most likely in the shift. So I'll try to capture that and get some more footage. So far, super loud, but it's okay as long as you got the valves closed. This is tolerable, you can go around town, that's not gonna be a big deal. But Lord have mercy when those are open. It is like ear-piercing loud. Definitely, probably if you live in a city where you're gonna get tickets for sound violations, you're gonna get one. Out in the country, which is where I live, not so much. And just for the record, for EPA purposes, this is only for competition. That's the only place I'm driving is for competition on the track.